MiHoYo's new game. This is a game created by the same people who created and produced and launched and all the other stuff for Genshin Impact. New game, Zenless Zone Zero. When you look at these trailers, you don't know what to expect. You might expect something, but I can assure you, perhaps there is more here than meets the thumbnail. Hopefully, maybe. It's a little loud for me. Zenless Zone Zero. Like, when I first see this, I get Persona vibes. Genshin Impact devs making a Persona-esque game. Isn't that the girl from Gurren Lagann? I don't know her name. I didn't watch that anime. Fake fan, by the way. Fake weeb. Now, do games like this get gameplay? So, okay, you have monsters. You have katana slashing, like, you're pogged up. But, like, is this just a finisher? When you're watching a Genshin Impact trailer, how do you know what's gameplay and what's just cinematics? A lot of characters, assuming you can play all of these. But I guess that's their MO, right? They want you to just get multiple characters. Perhaps there's money behind that. Looks dope. Now, to be fair, there was a tweet where someone was like, this is the game. When you're gonna play this on stream, it's literally this the entire time. It's just running constantly. It's like, okay, I guess we're pogged up. Pure nothing but cinematic action. V show controller. Buddy, I haven't pressed a single button this entire time. It's just been this going for the entire game. I have also never played Genshin Impact, so I don't know if that's slander. Seizure warning. Again, I like the vibes. As much as I love this kind of stuff, I have 0 hours in Persona 5. We have the game back there, completely unopened. I didn't play Scarlet Nexus. I didn't play Code Vein either. I wanted to, but then it was like, am I really getting the experience I want out of Code Vein? That's all. So people are asking, like, what kind of game this is. According to articles out there, this is supposed to be a roguelike, which is why we're watching it in today's roguelike trailer review, because this, I'll tell you right now, even if it's not free to play, which is like kind of bad of me to say this, I will probably be playing this. The homie Murder of Birds right here, this is probably gonna be me on the next YouTube trailers. If there's Gamba required in this, loot boxes, in order to get your best characters, I will probably play it for at least a couple of weeks. And that's not to say that I want you all to spend money. A matter of fact, unless there's a hashtag ad behind it, I will probably make fun of this game just like I do with Souls games all throughout the process. Until we're $1,000 deep in the Gamba trying to get the best build possible to beat 5 BC and Zenless Zone Zero. I will probably complain the whole way. Now, I don't know what kind of game Genshin Impact is. I guess it would be an open world action RPG. Roguelikes would actually be great for gacha devs. Instead of buying specific and discrete upgrades, you buy random upgrades. I just don't know, because obviously with roguelikes, there's the concept of losing stuff. Oh my god, I just remembered. Oh, what's the name of that game? Trailer? Teaser trailer. This is 6 years ago? In a roguelike genre, you expect to lose stuff. And how do you put real life money behind that kind of concept? Let It Die did that
Looks like
and let it die, you ensure your gear, sort of like Escape from Tarkov. You can almost imagine that your character starts off with nothing. Of course, you could buy like a starter kit, so that's your first way to get actual cash flow in there. You have a starter kit, you go into areas, it's a Souls game, so you dodge roll, you have stamina, you attack, there's ranged attacks, it has all that stuff. And the gear that you get, you can carry on through the game, but there's also durability, so you could potentially lose your items due to durability, or you can like spend whatever to repair it on the spot. But when you die, this is where the money comes in. When you die, the game gives you an option to spend currency. I don't remember if you keep your stuff and bring it back to base, or if you revive on the spot. And for all I know, they had both. And it was, from a roguelike standpoint, you lose everything, you just go back and start from the bottom of the tower and work your way up. You also unlock elevator passes, which could very well also be a paid thing too, like buy the next elevator pass so you can skip the first areas. And it was a cool concept where you can play for free and just grind your way to the top. And that is a very viable way to play. You can pay to skip, which isn't necessarily pay to win. It's just pay to avoid having to spend time doing stuff that the other players are grinding through. In which case, because you're skipping, you might end up dying because you lack the knowledge. I think where the game fell short is that you died to the most BS stuff. And when you don't want to play like that kind of rat gameplay where you're just crouching, trying to like hide behind stuff, there's a lot of enemies in this game that fly as well. And the aggro radius for stuff was also huge. And the game had hunters in it. So if you think about Dark Souls, where people can invade your game, you will have some areas where there's an NPC invader that is actively looking for you. And because it's a roguelike, when you die, you're gonna lose most of your stuff unless you insured it, or you do whatever this option is. So when I'm thinking about, for Zenless Zone Zero, how do you make a gacha roguelike game? I think you do the same concept, where it's almost like a Tarkov scenario, where stuff is insured, and when you die, you could potentially lose that stuff. Come up against ultra high level player zombies near the beginning of the game, which sucked. There was also homeworld PvP, raiding top level players. TDM versus Fox Slayer, what is this? I think you actually invaded people in this game. But what you do is you have an actual home world that you set up traps in order for when people do invade you, they can do as little as possible. But your whole purpose for invasion was to hop into a world and destroy all of their stuff. And like whatever they had in their banks, then they have to get currency to build it back up. And I guess like there was a lot going on in that game, perhaps too many things. I'm gonna assume that no one in all of this has any gameplay. Like I'm sure they're gonna be saying that there's new gameplay, but I really don't think so. So yes, I will 1000% play it. Will I spend money on it? Maybe. Will I like spending money on it? I hope I do, but I assume I'm going to make fun of the game the entire way. If you're gonna end up playing this in the chat, I wish you luck, buddy. Like, don't pull out the wallet ASAP. Just play the game a little bit and see where it takes you.